All right. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gulls Nest. We are in playoff mode here on this program. I am, as always, Adi84. And to the left of me, we have the baseball connoisseur, Mr. Baseball himself, Adam the Mallett.
That's right. That's right. Hello, hello.
Big news for we're deep in the playoffs since we last talked to you guys right now. We are currently in the second round of the playoffs. We're going to go over the first round a little bit for you. To give you a little preview, tonight at Muzzy Field, the Gulls will be taking on Bristol. They're a 1 win away to making it to the championship game for the NACBL. How you like that?
That's amazing.
If they win tonight,
but for them, it seems to be the norm now, but I'm sure it never gets old.
They got to win tonight. If not, they have another chance tomorrow to win at home. So far, they have been undefeated in the playoffs. But we're going to talk about the first game. They started off this playoff run against the let's see, who was it? It was
right?
The Valley,
Sox, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Scary
the Blue
game.
Sox.
Actually, kind of a scary game because they were down in the first inning, already 5 runs. And then it wasn't until the 7th inning when they finally came alive. But I will say, Aiden Coleman, who usually he's been pretty solid from what I remember, right? This season?
Yeah, he usually is, yeah.
Yeah, 4 and a third, 5 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, did not have his best outing. But luckily, DeLuca, who hasn't been maybe he has been really. I think DeLuca's kind of had issues this year, but not in this outing. He actually buckled down and gave them a chance. 4 2/3, 3 hits, only 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, and just kind of knocked it in.
Yeah, Valley had a hell of a first. They put up 5 runs in the first inning. They kind of set the tone for the game, and then, Newport, battled back with another run or 2 runs, and then 6, 7, 8 going into the 6th inning. It's an 8-2 lead the Blue Sox have right now. And if you're watching this game, you're sitting here saying, all right, I think the Blue Sox have this all wrapped up. I think this is it for them. There's no way in hell the Gulls are coming back from a 6-run deficit, and then boom, here we go. Bottom of the 7th, 8 runs scored, and that's just enough to move the team over to win the game right now.
Yeah, didn't choke at all. Actually showed resilience and just came back and fought it.
Yeah, I mean, we have Brini going 2 for 4. We got Duncan going 2 for 4. 3 for 5 rather. Those guys are just heating up. Look at it. So this is their average right now for this first game. 500, 600. Duncan, Williams 250. All these guys getting hits. Stevens didn't get a hit, but you just got to run. Excuse me. Holy cow. We got to walk and run. So he's contributing to that. Looking at this lineup right now, this is the lineup that's pretty much been giving them all the magic. They have Jay Doyle, which we didn't talk about much. He was playing this game. He was batting at the 9 spot. 3 at bats, 1 run, 2 hits, an RBI, a walk. Doing everything you need to get the game going right there. So that's pretty impressive. Offensively, it just took him a little while to get warmed up. But now let's see who the opposing pitcher was at that point. So that would have been Torres, it looks like, right? He would have been it would have been
Shaw, right?
Shaw started. He did 5 innings.
Not bad. He wasn't horrible.
It wasn't until the 7th.
Yeah, Newell. Yeah, look at that ERA for that game, 45.
Look at that ERA, huh?
His ERA for the season, was he? Still not much better. 10.21 for the season. Out of how many innings? 27 innings. So they teed off
3
on
hits.
him.
Yeah, 6 runs off of him, 5 earned, and 2 walks. But now remember they changed the playoff series last year, where it used to be 1 and done on to the next round. It's best of 3 now. But the Gulls, it doesn't seem like they even needed that, because if you go on to the next game, which was postponed to Friday, they were supposed to play at Valley, but they got moved to Saturday, where they able to pull off another win over here to close out the first round.
Yeah, that must get really frustrating when you're the opposing team, and it's like you find ways to get up on the team and you just can't hold it together. Because even here, it was again the Valley Blue Sox, and Valley. It was until like 5th. I see it, and the Valley jumped out. Oh no, wait, Newport had 1 run, but then Valley jumped ahead with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. But then Newport just came screaming back. It's always interesting because, we always say good pitching beats good hitting. And it does. But it seems like their pitching might be spotty at times, I feel like, for the Gulls, but they get good pitching when they need it. So the offense can catch up. It's very interesting, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if you even look at the box scores here, we had Cheatham. I don't remember talking about Cheatham much this year, do you?
We mentioned him a few times, but Cole Cheatham. Yeah, his ERA for the season, 4.75 out of 30 innings. But we're seeing some of these guys like Kavala, who I think during the regular season, he kind of, for the season, he had an ERA like north of 9. And he kind of stepped up in this game. You know what I mean? And it's good to see 9 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings and only 1 run. Good. That's great.
Showing up when you need them to, and like you said, like the Gulls 1-0, then they fall back 3-1 going into the 5th inning. 6th inning, they came back. They answered, tied the game up in the top of the 6th, 3-3. 7th inning, they split each runs. And it wasn't really, this went to extra innings. This went to the 11th. It wasn't until like the Gulls just really heating up the bats in the 11th inning. Look at that, because even the 10th inning, Gulls score 2, Valley scores 2. So this is all the way down right to the end. I gotta say, Valley Blue Sox were holding on to the very last possible inning, some extra innings. In fact, they weren't giving up. They weren't going to lose, but I would say it was just the pitching at the end. Holt for the Gulls came out. He had 1 strikeout, 1 innings pitch. He closed the game out, got the win.
Yeah, he crushed it.
On the other side, the pitching wasn't terrible. I mean, it was a competitive game.
It was.
The Gulls, they 8 hits for the Gulls, 12 hits for the Blue Sox. Let's see. This is where the errors. There we go. Telling you, these errors.
Yeah, that seems to have haunted them. I remember you bringing that up earlier in the season. I guess it seems to have persisted, right?
For the league, at least. So the Gulls had no errors this game. Valley had 2 errors, and this seems to be the biggest issue I've been seeing with these teams this season is the errors. And I get it. Yeah. These guys don't play with each other all the time. They're still trying to figure out each other's flow. There's a lot of variables while they're playing. So I get the errors, but the errors seem to be crucial and a lot of times. And I don't know how many errors contribute to the runs without looking at the whole total breakdown. But I would say, most of the time when I see it, errors in the box score, it's almost certain that the team probably didn't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we got Brini for strikeout, a hit and a run. Our boy Duncan, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Williams, 2 runs, 2 hits, an RBI, a walk. Stevens had a slow game, nothing going on. 6 at bats, 2 strikeouts. I'm trying to see where the heroes are here right now. We got, the Tortoise, 2 hits, a run, an RBI, a walk. He did what he had to do. But some of these other guys, like Seymour, we talked about a lot of 5 at bats. He had a hit, an RBI, 2 strikeouts. So the pitcher was pretty good, I would say, for the Blue Sox. They were really, better.
Yeah, they held their own.
The Gulls, but it's a best of 3 series. You can only do so much.
It's true.
And the Gulls prevailed. So on to the next round. This game finished. The Blue Sox were eliminated, and the Gulls move on to play one of their rivals, the Bristol
Blues. Just kind of mailed it in this game. The Blues, anyway.
Yeah.
Who Shatwell? Who basically Shatwell pretty much did just that over this team. I will say.
Shatwell.
Yeah, he did. 8 innings pitched. He did allow 8 hits. That's like 1 per inning, but they all got out of it. 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. You couldn't ask for anything more. 8 innings. I feel like this team, a lot of the pitching is like 4 innings and 4 innings. But for him to go 8, that gives the bullpen time to rest up, and it worked out perfectly. Even though, how many runs did they score? 5 runs? It's a bad team. And also comes in 1 inning pitched. Kind of made things interesting by allowing 2 runs, but still, with the offense that the Gulls have, it didn't matter. It just overpowered them. And there were no match here. Even though Bristol had 1 more hit than they did, which I find interesting.
I think they let him in, probably kept him in the eighth inning because I think he pretty much was shutting down the other team. He wasn't really causing any issues on the mound. He got out of some
Yeah,
tricky situations. He did have 4 strikeouts. He only walked 3. Only 2 of his runs were earned. And the 8 hits that didn't really materialize anything. And look at the box scores. Look at what the Blues were using for pitches. They used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitches to
yeah,
walk 2 pitches.
yeah. They
And
couldn't
even
commit to any of that. Yeah,
no, and look at the offensive. Look how many pinch hitters they had right there. They had
that's
double the
nuts.
amount of position players we had play this game just to fit into situations, you know?
They're trying to set an example, but it's still amazing to see 11 hits. They have one more hit than them, and just not really as much to show for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, leaving a lot of guys on base. Both
Yeah,
teams had 2 errors, which I'm sure contributed to something of these runs at the end of the day. 9 inning games. Uh, Newport pretty much, set the tone early in the game and kind of just put the dagger on it in the 7th when they scored 4 runs.
yeah.
And got up to a lot of buffer zone, if you will. But look at the guys here. We got our regulars here. Everyone's Greeny got a couple hits. Duncan got a couple hits. Williams got a hit. The Hare had a quiet game. We went 0 for 5. Didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Stevens the same. Very quiet, 4 at bats. Then you have Doyle at the end of the lineup right there, batting 571 for the game. He had 4 at bats. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. So you know what? It's I've noticed a lot with this team is when players are what's the word, down, other guys come in, pick up the slack for the most part. So impressive win. Like you said, it's very odd when you see a team out hit another team and lose, but I mean that's baseball for you. It's not a game of hockey,
And usually when you do, it's by like 1 run or 2, not 12-5. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. I don't know, in my opinion.
No, that's true. I agree 100% on that one. So that was the second round. They won the first game of the second round. Now tonight, we're gonna it's gonna be an abbreviated show, I think, because we gotta let's see. Can we get any information on tonight's game?
We have something else to do after this, correct?
What are we gonna do?
Don't we have a fantasy? Are you drawing the thing today? I thought you said in the text message, you can edit this out afterwards, that we'd be drawing who's drafting.
Oh, the fantasy. I that has already been done, and it's gonna be edited in. That was done before the show. I did that.
Where am I?
You'll find out when the podcast gets released.
You bastard! I thought we were drafted. I was all ready.
I was gonna do it live, and then I felt like it probably not gonna be so indulgent playoff talk.
I was gonna play the ESPN music.
All right. Well, no, I already it's probably pre-recorded, and I will be sending out the link tonight for all of you to know where you sit for your draft picks. So I wanted to make it a little more of a secret surprise.
My top, bottom, or middle. Come on.
I cannot say.
I'm your partner here. You have to give me exacts. I mean, I'm gonna find out anyway. It's not like
I'd prefer you be surprised. I'd prefer you watch it like everyone else and be surprised.
Oh, you bastard. There's no surprise here. I just want to know.
It was a weighted lottery too. It was the most balls in.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have to say I'll leak this. The top 3 I drafted on the bottom 3 this year. So how's that? The balls actually worked out.
The top 3 are on the bottom 3.
Right. So the first place team got the last pick, which is usually it's the way it should be, but it worked out that way. But as for picks, so is that 12, 11, 10, 9 through 1, you'd be surprised. There's some very interesting caveats in that mix up right there.
Okay.
So there you go.
Sorry, but I know you'll edit this out, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that was just a little fun interjection of fantasy football going on there. I'm sure all you baseball players play some fantasy football out there as well. So tonight we have Bristol versus Newport. The winner tonight, Newport tonight, if they win, they move on to the next round. If they lose, they play tomorrow at home against Bristol. What do you think? What's your thoughts?
I mean, they keep finding ways to win. I mean, I can't say they're gonna lose. I feel that they have to drop at least one game here, right? I mean, I don't want to say that we cover them, but I feel like you can't be a total homer here and fanboy. I mean, they have to start dropping a few games here and there, but they're crushing it. So I'm
You
gonna
would
say they
think,
got. You would think, you know.
but they could just be riding this wave right now. So now they will be playing the winner of the Vermont Mountaineers versus the Stanford Maynards. Now, the Mountaineers and the Maynards had to play a doubleheader today because probably of a weather rainout, I would imagine. And so the first game today was at 5 o'clock, and it looks like it's just complete. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yes, it is complete, and the um, who won? The Maynards won. Sanford Maynards won. Now this would be ideal if the Gulls can play Sanford in the championship. The Sanford Maynards are only about an hour away from my house, north into Maine. This would be an ideal situation for a championship game for me to go to. I'm telling you right now. So I'm rooting for Sanford, because for both two reasons. I mean, right now if the Mountaineers played Newport in the finals, right? Now let's get a little ahead of ourselves right now.
Yeah.
It's the two furthest away teams to play each other.
Okay.
Unless you count Martha's Vineyard. With that aside, which Newport to Burlington, Vermont, essentially, is a good 4 or 5 hours. And they got to do that 2 days in a row. One way up, one way down. You know what I mean? Then one way back up, right? Real quick, what is the Stanford? Do you have it? I don't know if you have it on top of you right now. I'm curious what the
right now.
Yeah, what was their season record? Who has the
Yeah,
one
I've been
seed?
looking for where the season stuff is.
Let's see. NECBL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's probably a tab somewhere that I'm missing. Statistics.
Let's see. On the main NECBL page, it should be, here we go, of the standards of the team. Okay, so the Maynards were 30-11. Newport was 27-16. Where were the Stanford Maynards? All right, so the Maynards were 26-18. So the Newport Gulls would have home field advantage going into this game if that was the way it was going to go. So, what are you watching in the background?
I'm not watching anything. I just got the note. I saw it on my phone that you changed draft order has been set, so I can easily look on my phone what my position is.
Oh, you could. No, I hear some noise in the background. It sounds like you're watching like a Lane Bryant commercial.
No, I mean, I don't. You'd be able to hear anything in the living room here. But
I don't know. Well, maybe
you're picking that up. Then I don't know how you are. That's impressive how you're picking that up.
Picking up an alien, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So if the Newport Gulls win and they play Maine, the Stanford Maynards, they will be indeed the home team. Now, if they win and they go off to play the Vermont Mountaineers, they will be the away team. So there's something to think about right there. So you're kind of rooting for the Maynards to win, so you have a couple more home games, if need be.
Yeah, if you want to actually check them out for sure. But if you just want them to get it done, then you want them to win this game. They have to drop at least one of these realistically. Come on, you know.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, kudos to them.
Who are they playing now? They're playing the Valley Blues, right?
Yes.
Let's see. So they were Bristol Blues. Yeah, their record for the end of the season was 24-18. So, regardless, if Bristol wins the series, they will be the away team no matter who they play, whether it's Sanford or Vermont. If the Gulls win, they are the home team if they play Stanford. They are the away team if they play the Vermont Mountaineers. So, and the records between the two aren't too bad. I mean, they're pretty close. I mean, if you look at the overall standards for the season so far, the only couple teams that really didn't have a fight in it was North Adams and Danbury, which, had less than 15 wins for the season. It was pretty tough for them too. Even the coastal division, which the Gulls are in. I mean, the Mystic did threaten a little bit, But I have to say, if you look back on the recap of the teams they played, their division did give them a little bit of a fight this season. You know, the North Shore Navigators, who did finish last in the division, did were like a thorn to their side, right? And
Yeah,
so
I
was
remember you
the
saying to me that they were. Yeah, you were saying like they somehow kind of owned them a little bit. Yeah.
so it's funny when you play a team so many times, right? And then you go off. Now, can we get? Let's see.
The Mainers are going to be
Calder.
tough though. The Mainers are 3-0 also, so that
Right.
yeah.
They're a good team this year, you know. So, it's just another flaw for this
They had a
website.
better divisional record too than them, right? Gulls,
This stinks.
right?
Why can't I? Yeah, I'm trying to. So I don't know why this website does this. They did this first again last year too. They
Here we go.
deleted all the prior games.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. Thank you. I thought I'm missing something, and I was looking. Yeah, I'm trying to. I've been maneuvering around on this. You see my head bouncing around like a ping pong ball if you're watching this, and it's just me trying to figure out what you just said.
I don't know why they did that.
Right?
Like, why didn't you just keep it there? How are we supposed to know what? Let's see.
Come on.
Yeah, all I have is August. If I can go into July, nothing.
Scoreboard by division. Back to division.
And I'm on the NECBO and I'm on the Gulls page.
Okay, yeah. Same.
The
I am too.
NECBL deleted all the standards.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I thought I was going nuts. I've been like trying to. Yeah. No. This. Come on.
So I have no way to keep. So we have no way to overlook the. No, we gotta try to dig in and see if I can find anything. But
yeah,
for this, maybe Baseball Reference has it or something like that. But there's no way for us to find what games they won or lost this year.
The Mainer season.
Unless you were keeping track on this schedule that may or may not have worked. Half the time they were just making things up. So
yeah,
I don't know what to do. What do we do? I'm sure these results are somewhere that we can look into because it's what next week's episode we're either going to be talking about how great the Gulls won the championship or how much of a disappointment the season was to almost get there and not win it. And then we're going to have to talk about some breakdowns of the season, but without records and statistics, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So
my browser keeps wanting to correct me. Like I keep typing Mainers and it keeps going Mariners, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. The other side.
Yeah.
Of the all right, hold on. So if I can go into I think I might have found it. Hold on, let's see.
Did you find it?
Maybe. Let's see. So if I go to there is a drop down for the NECBL 2024 season. Let me click on that and see what happens. Just regular season. All right. So there is a way to access it. It's just very wordy. So if you go into the drop down and you can't like access just a particular team, you got to do the whole entire
gotcha.
league.
So you can't see how they placed. Okay.
Yeah, but you can go through it, I guess, and just highlight all the Newport wins and losses, I guess. So I have some homework to do during my spare time. But yeah, so a lot of the games, like for example, like Mystic was supposed to like towards the end of the season, North Shore was supposed to be Valley, Vinny was supposed to be Mystic, Vermont was supposed to be Ocean State, Ocean State was supposed to be Vermont. They canceled all those games at the end of the season. I know we were gonna start talking about the game on the 30th against Mystic, but with Dorito had a game. I guess we could look at that one real quick. That was on July 30th, last game that the Gulls played. They won 8-5, and your boy the Chip.
The Chip.
You should give him some accolades.
Yeah, let me go back. I go back now. Season tab, because now, yeah, they could make this a lot easier to navigate. I don't want to sound like an old person here, but they really.
No, but I mean, just I don't know why they're deleting stuff as the season goes on. Just keep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost like this is irrelevant now. Yeah.
Right.
So the 30th, yeah, that's what we got. Yeah. Ooh, kudos to yes, our favorite, the Dorito, 5 innings, no runs.
There you go.
6 strikeouts. Just great.
2 walks.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for Nicholas and the Dorito, bringing his ERA down to 5.78.
Yeah, he ended the regular season with a high note.
Yeah, And then Dean, unfortunately, didn't even record it out and 4 runs and also 2 innings pitch, no one run, 1 run, sorry, and 2 strikeouts. Yeah, yeah.
That's a hell of an ERA, 47
Oof, brutal,
for 1 inning.
brutal. No, I know, not even getting an out.
Not even an inning.
Yeah,
Didn't even get in it. It was even, yeah, he didn't even record an inning. He didn't even record an out.
it's true.
It's not good.
Not at all.
We don't, but you know what? That's the way it is. You end the season strong, you go into the playoffs, and you go for there. So right now, if you look at the Dorito for the entire season up to this point, he is what's his ERA right here? His ERA is 5.78, 12 games,
Yeah.
1 start. He's a 2-0, 23 strikeouts, 18 walks, 12 innings. So not bad for Nicky Dorito. It's just you look at his record of all the games he was in. So many losses he was in this season. It's almost like they threw him. And he was only in 2 games that they won, and those 2 games he won. He got the win. You know?
Yeah, it's like numbers are important and all, but I feel like it matters more. It's not like, let's face it, it's not. This isn't the MLB. So if like I feel like if you can actually just improve during the season as it goes on, I actually feel like that's way more important.
This is a local boy too. He's from Plymouth. He's a 6'2" stud, 205 pounds. University of Massachusetts Lowell. I mean, I hope that they're in the World Series for any CBL, that the Dorito gets to win it out, and they raise him to everyone's shoulders and they carry him around, and they just yell, "Chip!"
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Little off topic here. Sorry. So are you counting the balls really fell in my favor this year, huh?
Oh, you cheated and you looked.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's great.
There you go.
Well, that
Yeah.
never happens. Look at that. Well, I did finish 500, so I had a chance.
It's good and bad. It's like that pick's good, that pick's bad.
It is, because then I gotta wait forever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you can't keep someone, so it's not like you start
Wow.
off with 2 decent players. So
It's true.
it's the way the cookie crumbles. But yes, yeah. So that is it. So currently, right now, when we end this program, the Gulls will be in the second game of the second round. Hopefully, a win. If so, on to the championship game this weekend. If they lose, then they have another chance tomorrow. But you won't know about that. Listen to this podcast until next week. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Adam, you want to add anything to the end?
Yeah, one thing. I think once this is all concluded for the season, you and me should have the episode where we pick our own personal MVP for this team for the season.
I agree. We should do a.
I think that'd be fun.
We should do 2 MVPs. We should do the pitcher we think is the MVP and the batter that's the MVP, I think, or our position player. We should do that. We should go through all the stats, and then I think that would be a fun little practice to see how this goes. So, yeah, we're in the semifinals right now. Yeah, no, that's what I was looking for right there. So, let's go, Gulls. Hopefully, when you're listening to this, they're already on to the championship. So, until then, we will see you guys next Monday, or if you're watching this recorded next Wednesday. And till then, we'll see you guys then. Toodaloo.